Good evening, baseball fans. It is Monday. I was about to say Sunday. It is Monday, May 22nd, and normally we record on a Sunday, but we changed it up because I'm not gonna lie, I was just real tired last night, and I couldn't record last night. So you are getting Monday episode. I am Suzy. That is not Shelby. Nope, that is Tom. That is Tom over there. Shelby is no longer a part of the show, and I gotta figure out a better way to say this. Shelby had to she switched jobs, and so she had to unfortunately make a decision between like fun things or like being an adult and having responsibilities and whatnot. So unfortunately, Shelby had to walk away from the podcast because she's too busy. I really have to figure out a more concise way to say this because everything that I say seems like she's either dead or she hates me. It's none of those things. We're still friends. Everything is kosher. Just unfortunately, she just had to step away from the podcast because she does not have the time any longer. But Tom is doing a fantabulous job of pinch hitting. You may just be like the Mauricio Dubon of the podcast, Tom, until I don't know who the Jose Altuve.
So there's an entire fan base somewhere going, play Tom. I love it. I'm with it.
Exactly. Yes. I don't know who the Jose Altuve would be like in this scenario, but well, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll figure it out at some point. I will figure it out. I won't do anything. Anyways, this is season 2, episode 27. The one that's where Suzy is lost because Suzy doesn't know what we're going to actually talk about.
It's not the Jose Altuve episode because it's 27?
It's not. No, because this is Bourbon and Baseball and not back that Astros up, Tom. You see how that.
But he's still like the greatest second baseman in baseball right now. I'm biased. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We are a little biased. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like maybe some other fan. I'm trying to think of like badass second baseman, and everybody that I'm coming up with is like first baseman or third baseman. I'm all second baseman. Like, who are the second basemen? Because my head's no longer working. Anyhow, I haven't given y'all the warning. If you're new around here, I am Suzy. Obviously, that is not Tom, or that is Tom, not Shelby. This is an R-rated podcast. Okay, because that's who I am as a person. So there's lots of expletives, lots of sexual innuendos. If that's not your jam, that is okay. But you may want to turn it off. Or put earmuffs on the kids. I don't care. I'm not judging. However you want to do that. But just know that the F word, food, is my second favorite F word. Just FYI. So when you hear that, just be like, dang, she didn't warn me at all. Yes, it did. You may be new around here if you don't know that. Anyways, so Tom, I appreciate you, sir. This one's probably going to be a long one. We're just going to wrap all of the things into this one because, again, I'm tired. My children's birthday is tomorrow, and that's why instead of doing notes for the show, I was busy, buying birthday presents instead. So it is
adult type things, understood.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, you guys get what you pay for, unfortunately. And I take the back. There's a whole $15 in my Spotify account, Tom. A whole $15, and that is.
Hey, that buys Chipotle in my area. I mean,
if I had a Chipotle in the area, I would go to it. Or Freebirds. Yeah, maybe that's a poll. We'll start Freebirds or Chipotle.
Add Cabo Bob's to that. It's an Austin joint. They just put one here. It's amazing, and it's cheaper than both of them.
I don't know what Cabo Bob's is, but I feel like what is that? What's that Krusty the Clown? You know which one I'm talking
Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob. Thank you. I was like, I feel like there was a Bob in The Simpsons with Krusty the Clown. I have no idea what Cabo Bob's is. I assume it's like a Chipotle.
It's new to us too. It's exactly like that, only better.
There's a giant ass mosquito.
About to get fed.
When I say it is giant, it was literally the size of a fucking dragonfly.
Oh, so one of those daddy or not?
Yes.
What is that? Yeah.
Like it was like eagle sized, y'all. Like it could have carried me off. Okay. When I tell you that it would have literally drank my blood and probably emptied me, that's how big it was. Anyhow, if you're watching on the YouTube, that's what was happening with me, like looking around. Anyhow.
I mean, you do curse a lot. It could have been misconstrued as Tourette's. I get it.
I don't think I can use that as an excuse as much as I would love to. I don't think that I can. I don't think that that's a thing. So, but anyhow, let's start with the standings. Let's start with the standings, Tom. Last episode we chatted about the Cardinals and what they were doing and how ridiculous they were being with Wilson Contreras not being the catcher. And then I had on lovely lady named Kelsey, who is a lifelong St. Louis Cardinals fan and got kind of the temperature of the Cardinal fan base and all of that fun stuff. So if you haven't listened to those episodes, go back and listen because it's a pretty good listen. Especially it's pretty interesting as well because if you kind of have watched the St. Louis Cardinals narrative about how much the catcher influences all of the pitchers and Yadier Molina and basically making those references to Maldi, it's just a whole interesting vibe going on there. But since that episode, the Cardinals are still they're not in last place in the NL any longer. They are in like fourth to last place.
Percentage points ahead.
Yes. They are 21-28. They went on a last 10 games they've been on a 7-3 winning streak. And when I say that they've been on a winning streak, I'm talking like football scores, y'all. Like football scores. It is craziness. The numbers that they are putting up basically to kind of overcome their crappy pitching. Now, their pitching has been better, but guess who got reinstalled as the catcher? Wilson Contreras. So that whole narrative of Andrew Kisner basically calling a better game than Wilson Contreras, that's a false narrative, y'all. Just saying. So, there's, I don't know, do with that what you will. Astros fans. Whatever. It's screaming into the void at this point, Tom. It's just screaming into the void, especially now that Maldi is hitting and doing the things. So
I can't argue against Maldi when he's hitting. Like the argument for Wilson Contreras was that he wasn't catching, but he was hitting.
Right.
So like the Astros fans felt like the defense that Maldi was providing or the wisdom or the planning or whatever.
And quote unquote wisdom.
Right.
The air quotes are there.
All of them, right? Wasn't enough to move the needle. And then you had this young kid who still just looks amazing, who's actually playing plus defense. So now you're telling me, well, there's not an advantage offensively. There's not an advantage defensively. Oh, I just give me the kid. Just give me all the kid.
Yeah.
Where St. Louis had a legitimate gripe where they were like, well, Wilson's hitting. It's not like he's not hitting. They brought him in to hit. It was the fact that they felt like, well, we're having to outslug teams. We can't do it. So maybe we find a way to make our defense better through the catcher and we sacrifice the bat. Kind of the same, but kind of different.
Yeah. So it's the Cardinals are no longer in last place in the NL. Let's just put it that way. Cardinals fans are thrilled. Mets fans also thrilled because they have been winning with the kids, with the baby Mets, as the fan base likes to call them. They brought up Brett Baty, Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez, and basically the kids have played. The kids have made an impact. And the Mets are winning. The Mets are winning. The Mets are now on a look at you, New York Mets. The last 10 games, 7-3. Like that, they've won the last 5. Now they're only 4.5 games back of the Atlanta Braves. Their record is 25-23, second place in the NL East. Very proud, Mets. Very proud. Good job. There is a, I'm not going to call him out by name, but there is a specific Mets fan that I follow on Twitter, and his tweets during games crack me up. Like they are hysterical. Like, and he over amplifies all of the things. So, as a avid Justin Verlander watcher for the last year, whatnot, like that the longer JV pitches, the stronger he gets. If he can get through like the first or second inning, with only giving up like 1 or 2 bombs, solo home runs, he's golden, right? And if the offense can provide any sort of run support, you're gonna win. Like, Justin Verlander, I mean, this was his, like, I want to say second start back, from his weird armpit thing injury. Anyway, so it's like his like spring training kind of go. He gave up a solo bomb this last start, and he was like, "Send Justin Verlander to the moon! Like, take him back, Astros fans! Like, we don't want him." I'm all, sir, like, you're literally winning right now. Like, what is happening? Like, just chill out. Like, it is. I mean, I think he went eight innings, gave up 2 runs, something like that, 3 hits. Like, and they ended up winning, but it was cracking me up. I was like, sir, yes, if you don't want Justin Verlander, we will take him. We will take him back, like, in a heartbeat. Not his contract, just him as like a pitcher.
And his wife.
Eh.
No? Whoa.
I mean, sure. I don't know. Like, I don't have anything against Kate. Like, whatever. It is what it is. But
the funny thing is, you talk about that story, and the first thing I think of, right? Because we've all lived it, right? So you know that James Franco meme where he's like on the block with the noose around his neck, and he's like looking over. He's like, first time, and it's like like that's us. Like we're looking at Mets fans going, first time, yeah, we've been here. We know exactly how this goes. Ace not getting any run support. It's what we do. So for those Mets fans, we feel your pain. We understand. This is the life you have to live, and you just hope and pray that your offense shows up that day, because they're going to show up the next day. They're going to beat the shit out of the ball the next day. That night, Justin's going to do his thing and just look over and be like, "Really, guys? Can you give me 2, 3?"
He's like, nothing, no,
nothing.
What?
That's what we're going to do. All right, I'll just keep throwing strikes.
So yeah, it was so funny because MLB on Fox, one of the MLB accounts had posted something about because it was, I think, Justin's homecoming at like first start in Met Stadium or whatever. Is that Flushing? I don't know. What is Mets Stadium called? I don't think it's Met Stadium. City. Thank you. City Field?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like, welcome home, Justin, blah, 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 and like posted all the stats. And that was the night that Framber Valdez threw his complete game shutout. Now, granted, it was the Oakland A's. Don't come at me. I know. It's the Oakland A's. I get it. But like, complete game shutout with only 2 runs. 2 runs of support of the Oakland A's. Like, come on, guys. Really? Farmer's like, it's all right, guys. You got 2. I got it. I'll take it from here. I'm all, yes. Look at you, Fromber. But yeah, so the Mets are coming back. The Braves still lead the East, 29-18. Miami's still doing the thing. Like, I'm very surprised that Miami is still doing the thing over there. So Miami's 24-24, even 500, and then Philly is 22-25. And then the Nats, 20-27. In the Central, Brewers, 25-22. And now they are tied with Pittsburgh. 25-22. The Astros may have had a hand in that, handing them a 12-2 loss today. It was a home run derby in Milwaukee, y'all. Home run derby. I think maybe they forgot to put the baseballs in the humidors.
No, they opened the roof.
Oh, is that what happened?
Roof open, ball travels.
Okay.
Jet stream.
Typically when the balls feel open air, that's typically what they like to do. Chicago Cubs, 2026. St. Louis Cardinals, 21-28. 5 games back, and Cincinnati 20-27, also 5 games back. Percentage points though, percentage points. And then in the West, Dodgers. Look at you, Dodgers, making moves. Clayton Kershaw went on the bereavement list, unfortunately, so they called up Gavin Stone. And I'm pretty sure they lost tonight, I think, if I looked at my thing correctly. La 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 la, Dodgers. No, I am wrong. I cannot read, apparently. Dodgers won 8-6.
They were down early.
Yeah. Brewstar Gretterall got the save, and Charlie Morton got the loss. And what? Because they put, I'm gonna put 4 on him real early though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was 4-0 out the gate.
Yeah. So, but Charlie Morton threw 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and 2 home runs. And his ERA is a 3.61 now. So the Arizona Diamondbacks, though, the Snakes, look at you, Snakes, creeping up because they were 28-20. Only a game and a half back. San Francisco Giants, look at you, 23-24, 6 games back. And San Diego Padres, what is we doing? San Diego Padres, like, all that firepower, and you ain't got shit to show for it, because literally the record is 21-26, 8 games back. And then the Colorado Rockies, 20-28, 9.5 games back. What's happening there? San Diego Padres, are you okay? I haven't watched any Padres games lately.
They are not okay, and let me tell you why. Because up until recently, the Oakland Athletics had scored more runs than them. They just recently overtook them. But it's like San Diego scored 182 runs. Oakland is at 176.
Wow.
That'll do it.
That will do it. What's happening? Well, I'm trying to think of like what is happening, because I have Fernando Tatis Jr. and Juan Soto, and they keep getting points. So is it the rest of the lineup that's not doing anything? What's happening?
I mean,
Padres fans.
It's really top heavy.
Padres fans, if you're out there, I need you to comment. I need you to tweet at me, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, however, communicate with me. What's going on? Is it the pitching? Is it the bullpen? Is Josh Hader like blowing saves? What's happening? Like I said, I try and watch a lot of baseball, but I've missed Padres games, guys. So that is the NL. The AL, we as in the Astros, Tom, we're a game back. We're coming for you, Rangers. We are coming. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that the Rangers may hold because they played Pirates today. Pittsburgh Pirates, right? Pittsburgh beat them.
It's amazing what the Pirates are doing without O'Neal Cruz. They're a young stud. Like, you would have thought a blow like that to this team that doesn't have a ton. They've got some pieces, but they don't have a ton. Would have brought them back down to earth. Not at all. They played really well. And that guy today, I could not tell you where this guy came from or who he was, hit the grand slam that blew this thing open. And I was just like, okay, I need to learn that guy's name.
Well, I did not know. I did not know there was a grand slam. Hold on. Let me look. What happened? What happened there?
Because it was a game. It was 2-1. Yeah, go ahead.
Tucapita Marcano. Okay. Tucapita Marcano hits a grand slam. Jack Suwinski scores. Carlos Santana scores. Brian Hayes scores. Look at you. All right, then. Who was pitching
before
that?
You made it into the Relevant app, we were keeping tabs on that one while we were keeping tabs on the Stros. And that slam hit, I was like, oh, that's a ball game. It was late in that one. I think the top of the 8th or top of the 7th.
That was the bottom of the 7th.
Bottom. I'm sorry.
Yep, bottom of the 7th. That's because nothing really happened until Pittsburgh looked like they scored 1 in the 2nd, And then nothing happened again until the top of the 6th when the Rangers scored 1. And then bottom of the 7th, 5 runs. And then in the 8th and the 9th, Texas scored 3 more. Look at hats off, Pittsburgh. Hats off, because Rangers have been doing it. So my whole thing is I'm 94% sure at the deadline Rangers gotta go get a bullpen. They're just gonna go get all of the bullpen arms, because if they've been doing this with decent-ish pitching and all of their guys slugging, and it comes down to the bullpen. I think at the deadline they're like, all right, bullpen arms, let's go.
Yeah, their rotation's been really good, even with the fact that their ace is down right now currently, even though he threw a bullpen and felt really good. And by that guy, I'm referring to, help me,
Jacob
Suzy.
DeGrom.
Thank you. Names are hard. But Dane Dunning pitched good today, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run, 3 Ks. His ERA is 1.67.
Yeah.
Like, you take that from, what do you think? He's their 4th, 5th starter?
Well, originally, at the beginning of so he was one of their starters last season. And then at the beginning of this season, when they signed 94 starters, he got pushed to the bullpen. And then when Jacob DeGrom got hurt, and then when Jacob Rizzi went down, they're like, Dane Dunning, come on down. We knew this was going to happen. You got a starting rotation again. Like, so he's one of those pieces where you're like, we'll take you anywhere we can get you, but if we can get a better starter, off to the bullpen you go. But I mean, he's doing it, so hats off, Dane Dunning. Like, look at you. I actually picked Dane Dunning up in a couple of my leagues, because I want to say I think his last outing, or maybe the outing before that, like, he struck out like 8, and I'm sorry, Dane Dunning, what?
I didn't know you had it in you.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I wasn't. It's like that Shaq meme. I wasn't aware of your talent. Like, so kudos to you, Dane Dunning. But I'm gonna tip my hat a little bit farther to the Buccos, because I just really don't like the Rangers. I mean, I just really like the Pirates, right? Like, that's what we like. But they've been doing all of this winning without Corey Seager, and Corey Seager just came back off the IL from a hamstring, I think.
Hit a homer like first or second game.
Yeah. And it's like guys that you're not expecting to homer. You're all, Josh Young, who are you? Jonah Heim? Why are you homering? And you're all, oh hell. Who's their 9-hole? Is it Willie Tavares? No. Is it Willie Tavares? I'm like,
Leody Tavares.
Leody Tavares. Wait, is it? Who is Willie Tavares? Dang it.
He was before your time.
Apparently, I'm an old soul, and I can only remember old-timey baseball players. But yeah, so like, I want to say the last time I watched it, he hit like a 2-run home run, and you're all, from the 9-hole, guys, come on now. So good job, Rangers. Like, you're doing the damn thing, but enjoy your wins while you can. Oops, was that out loud? So Angels 25-23, 4.5 games back. Seattle Mariners 6.5 games back, although they are currently playing the A's, and they are currently winning against the A's 6-0. A score more fitting for anyone playing the A's.
I mean, it's not entirely on the A's tonight. Luis Castillo's pitching in Seattle for the Mariners. Obviously, Oakland just flew from Houston to Seattle and then faces their ace. So coming off of an ace, it's a lot of good pitching they've had to see.
But I want to say someone just put it on the Mariners. I think the Red Sox swept the Mariners, and they put 5 or 6 earned runs on Luis Castillo last time. And I was like, God, all of my lineups suck now. It's like, thanks, Boston Red Sox. But Seattle's 22-24. Oakland, poor Oakland, 10-38, 19.5 games back. Tampa Bay finally has double-digit losses, 35-14. 35-14. They have a 714 winning percentage, Tom. Isn't that stupid?
They're 5-5 in their last 10, though.
That is also dumb. Also dumb. But, kind of funny, though, because Tampa Bay just played Milwaukee. Willie Adames homered last game and ran around the bases and did Randy Rosarena's crossed-armed pose. And it was all in kind of good fun because they had been teammates and stuff. And I want to say, if I listened properly to the broadcast, they had said something about, like, I think they got traded for one another, Randy Rosarena and Willie Adames.
I did not know that.
I don't know if they got traded for one another, but it was something along those lines. And so, but Willie Adames doing the Randy Rosarena cross arm pose is just chef's kiss. Willie Adames, like, love it. Baltimore Orioles, though, I, hand to God, had not, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season, Suzy, the Baltimore Orioles will be second place in the AL East, I'd have called you a dirty liar. Ain't no way. But then again, I wasn't expecting the Rays to be first and so far ahead. But, I mean, Baltimore Orioles, only 3 games back. With that pitching staff. I don't understand with that pitching staff.
It's the 240 runs they've scored.
Oh, so you mean to tell me that when you hit more balls than the opposing team, you win more games? Is that how that goes? Someone should tell the Astros.
I mean, they did it tonight. They had a big night tonight. And look, for all the bashing we've done on the Stros for their inept offense, they're up to 213 runs scored, which is respectable. They were at the bottom for a long time.
Yeah. Yes. So, doing the damn thing. Yankees 29-20. Like, I mean, unfortunately got a better record than us, but whatever. It doesn't really matter because, we're still going to beat you.
No, they do not. Percentage points go to the Stros.
Oh, percentage points do go to the Stros.
They have been the second hottest team in baseball over the last 10.
Okay, yeah. 8-2. But we're 9-1. Yes. Boston Red Sox 26-21. I'm very impressed with the Red Sox. Also, not gonna lie, like, hand to God, did not think that was gonna happen either. They just DFA'd one of their long-time relievers, Ryan Brazier. They sent down Caleb Bort, one of their other relievers, and they are clamoring. Boston Red Sox fans are clamoring for Corey Kluber's head.
He's not been good.
Yeah,
he's not been
good.
His
contract. And what really cracks me up is that they're pointing to the Diamondbacks DFAing Madison Bumgarner. They're like, if the Arizona Diamondbacks can eat a $36 million contract, the Boston fucking Red Sox can eat a $10 million contract. I mean, they're not wrong. they're not wrong there. But it's, shout out Chris Sale. Like, I didn't expect Chris Sale to come back as dynamic as he has been doing, like, going, I think, back-to-back starts, more than 100 pitches. I think his first 100 plus pitch game was like 103 or something like that, and this last game was like 109. I'm sorry, Christopher Sale? What? So he's looking like a stud again. However, Kenley Jansen, I don't know what we're doing over there, Kenley Jansen. He got his
the
like
Astros
400th save. No, because
yes.
No, because he had been doing well. He had been doing well for the Red Sox. Got his 400th save, and they made like a big hoopla. And then the next 2 nights, blew 2 saves. And it was like winnable games. But then Kenley Jansen happened. You're, oh my God. And then the Braves fans are like, we told you! We fucking told you this was going to happen!
He was broken.
So I was like, oh, all right. Like, sure. I'm so sorry, Kenley Jansen. And now I'm all, Kenley Jansen, are you, like, do you need to borrow from Amber Valdez's, like mental health guy and get you right? I feel like maybe
Maybe his dread guy tighten him up.
maybe I don't know. You think that would help?
Can't hurt.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Toronto Blue Jays. What are we doing over there, Toronto?
Toronto started talking shit to the Yankees, had some stuff go down, and they haven't won since.
What was that thing? John Schneider did you see that? John Schneider had to remove Alek Manoah from the game because of an illegal meeting at the mound or something. Like, didn't realize that it was like a second meeting or
I
something.
heard about it. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. So basically, you get 2 mound visits per inning, and they wasted that. So because they used another one, rules say that you have to pull them. Yep.
What is? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, and then like that whole freaking Clark Schmidt with the sticky hands and the third base coach, and I was like, what is happening over
Judge
there?
stared into the dugout. It just totally messed them up because they haven't won since.
Yeah.
They took the first game of that series, then lost the next 3, then lost the next 2.
Well, okay, so now if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go basically Google Aaron Judge, and you'll find all the stories. Yeah. But basically, Aaron Judge, what it essentially boiled down to is Aaron Judge kind of cut his eyes over looking at the third base coach, and whatever sign or positioning or whatnot that the third base coach was seeing off of the catcher, the Blue Jays catcher. That's what he was relaying. And I'm like, Aaron Judge, come on now. Like, you couldn't say anything better than, oh, that my dugout was chirping and I was trying to get. No, sir. Like, I get it. You're the captain and whatnot. And I guess you can't really come out and say, oh, I was trying to get the sign from the third base coach. But like, really? So I don't know. So, but from the point where like you can stand, and then third base coach for the Yankees are like, well, I'm gonna just go a little bit further, and if nobody's gonna say anything to me, I'm gonna just go a little bit further than that, like until someone says something, right? And then the Blue Jays,
then I'm gonna be in the dugout basically,
right? Well, and then the Blue Jays, third base coach is like, what the fuck, and so oh my gosh, like all of the drama from the Blue Jay series, and then there was the series with the Reds, and the Reds, no. Aaron Boone got thrown out in like the first inning, or like the first, I don't know, like 5 minutes of the game. And then the Reds manager got thrown out. I'm all, what is happening over here? And I meant to go back and like watch that. Shout out Clay Snowden, avid Reds watcher, has a great podcast, has a great couple of podcasts. But Just Fantasy Baseball over there. And I tweeted to him, I'm like, what? How? Why? What did the Reds? Why? And he's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I watched the video, and I'm pretty sure that the manager just yelled at the umpire for like 2 minutes straight, just all kinds of angry. I was like, wow, like look at you. And then I was like, I would love at any point in time to see this much fire from Dusty Baker. Like I'm just saying, like, at some point in time, would have loved to see.
I don't know, like you got to do something to get Dusty that fired up. I've seen him go out there and bark. There was one particular instance where there was an extra mound visit in the 9th inning of a game where he got into a manager a little bit. The Astros are not that team. You know what I mean? One, they're dealing with all the backlash from the scandal they'll never outlive. Mm-hmm. So they kind of just walk a line, right? In my opinion.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, well, nope, we can't go out there and do this. We can't say that. We can't act like this. Even though lately we've seen Kyle Tucker get a little bit more animated, with the umpires for some calls, because they're getting the worst end of calls. And if you follow Suzy, you've seen her tweets. She's legendary for them. You will get a robo ump if Suzy is around long enough, because the calls are so bad, and she's at the MLB UA all the time going, what the fuck is this?
Like, seriously. Well, look, and I don't want robo umps, but like automatic. No, not the automatic balls and strikes. That is the robo umps. Like the challenge system. Like I still want an umpire back there. Okay. Still, like, I'm not trying to, well, I mean, if you're real fucking bad at your job, maybe you shouldn't have a fucking job anymore. But I don't want all of the umpires to be fired, just the really fucking bad ones. But like
lately, it's all of them.
When you're calling a fucking strike like 3 feet off of the zone, you're all, in no way, shape, or form is that a fucking strike, sir.
Yep.
Not like, no. When the glove has to, like, from here move all the way over here, that's a sir, no, absolutely not. Like, it's just shout out umpire scorecards. Shout out you college kids that I don't know if you don't have a life or if you just have a very, very, very smart people doing programming and all of the fun stuff. I sent money via Venmo because y'all do a fan-fucking-tastic job. But if you just don't follow umpire scorecards, you should, because you will see the breakdown. You will see the zones and all that fun stuff. But did you see that Angel Hernandez hasn't umpired a game since like April 1st?
Supposedly he has a back injury, which I think is interesting. I don't know where he got it, but that's supposedly we were talking about that on the Relevant app the other day, and that was what the outcome was, that he has an injury.
Interesting. If you guys don't know what the Relevant app is, RELEVNT. Don't put that other E in there because you won't get what you're supposed to get. The Relevant app, there is a Houston Astros fanatics chat room. There are multiple hosts, and basically these teams get together, watch the games, and there's a live in-game broadcast. Tom and Rob are a team. Myself and a lovely gal named Monica is my new co-host, and I dare say we may be the best-looking ones. I'm just sassiest, best-looking, funniest, just whatever words you want to describe us. That's us. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't confirm.
But we have a good time over there. There is Eric and I almost said Brad, Eric and Brandon, and the original three, which is Sean Salisbury, Ryan Money, and Brian Lalima from Sports 790. There we go. I was like, wait, 1180? That's not it. And we have games that we all sit and watch, and we basically interact. The last broadcast that Monica and I did, we did a really fun Mad Libs game, and you had the chance to win a Framber Valdez World Series replica ring, and it was amazing. But that is what Tom is referencing, and it's really fun over there. So if you guys get the chance, download that app, and basically there is a show every night and fun things happening. You can chat along, you can hop on the mic, you can be on video, you can be just audio only. It's really fun. A little bit more risque. It's probably a little bit more R-rated than PG-13, but it just depends on which broadcast you hop on. But lots of funness over there. So go download that, RELEVNT, or join any of our social media pages. You will find all of the links there. And we have a good time.
And we don't discriminate. You do not have to be an Astros fan to come hang out. We will hear it. We will hang out. We will talk your teams. We've had Dodgers fans, Phillies fans, Mets fans come through and just have a good time talking baseball because we've got the game on, and why not?
This is true. And they started with the Houston Astros, but they are eventually going to get to all of the teams. So you never know. Like, maybe by interacting here, you will be one of the show hosts over there. I'm not saying that you will, but that may be an option. But so RELEVNT, relevant, and join, and it's a lot of fun over there. It's a lot of fun. Not gonna lie though. I am putting in a lot more work, and I am much more tired than I had expected. And also, my ADHD is killing me when I watch those games because I want to listen to the broadcast, but then can't listen because I have to talk during the broadcast. And I'm all, can I just be quiet for half a second so that I can listen to what they're saying? Because I literally have to watch the game afterwards just to get the information. Sometimes I'm all, TK, I realize that you're the Astros broadcaster, but I need you to stop. I was about to say something very inappropriate. And I'll dial it back just a tiny bit. I need you to be less fair about your opinions on the team's manager at some point. But like, he's employed by the team, so I get it. But but I enjoy hearing like the stats and stuff, and like sometimes I miss that. Right? Like, that makes me sad sometimes. So maybe I'll have to be like, Monica, I need you to talk more so that I can shut up and listen. maybe that's what I'll do. But I don't know. Do we even have to talk about the AL Central? Like, we kind of don't have to, right?
It's I don't know if it's the worst division in baseball. It's really close.
It's I mean, it's real bad. The Minnesota Twins are leading the Central, 25 and 23. Detroit, I almost said Lions. Lord have mercy. Detroit Tigers, 21 and 24. Cleveland Guardians, 21 and 26. Chicago White Sox, 19 and 30. And then the Kansas City Royals, 14 and 35. So at the deadline, are the Kansas City Royals and the Oakland A's going to be sellers? How many teams do you think will be sellers at the deadline?
It's really going to be so interesting because right now the parity is so strong and there's that extra, playoff spot. There's a lot of teams that are going to be in my opinion, probably more than have been in recent memory. Like, you look at the entire AL East, ain't nobody selling there. The entire AL East. Normally you get one team that's willing to move some guys around.
Right.
Not this time. They're all going to be in. You look at the AL Central, it's so bad that the White Sox are 19 and 30. 19 and 30. They're only 6.5 games back.
Right? You're all
that's not an
they could go on a
insurmountable
run.
number, and they've got the talent on the team to do it.
Yeah.
Why would you sell? So it's just going to be so interesting. I really hope there are more sellers because I believe that some teams, including the one that I like to follow, the Houston Astros, are definitely going to need to be buyers.
Yeah.
And it only works if there's people out there willing to move assets.
So let's, like I said, we're gonna roll both shows into one because I'm tired and I don't. I'm very tired, y'all. I'm very, very tired. Like I said, my children's birthday is tomorrow, like literally tomorrow, and they've not stopped telling me that their birthday is tomorrow. So
twins, right? So you got
twins.
2 birthdays in one birthday.
Yes.
All the things like, ooh.
Uh-huh. And there was another little girl in their class that has the exact same birthday, and at their school they can do like a birthday, I don't know, thing where basically like you just call the lunchroom or you order it online, and they give little like ice creams and little like birthday celebrations. So we all ordered it on today or yesterday. When you guys listen to this, it will be yesterday. Currently, it will be tomorrow. Good Lord. On the 23rd. The 23rd is their birthday, okay? So there was going to be 3 orders of ice cream on the 23rd, and the lunch lady calls the teacher and is like, so I don't really think 3 ice creams may be a good idea on the one day. So they spread them out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So today they technically celebrated one of the twins' birthdays. Tomorrow they'll celebrate the other twin's birthday, and then Wednesday they'll celebrate the other little girl's birthday. So they get ice cream 3 days in a row, and the one that gets to actually celebrate her birthday, the twin that actually gets to celebrate her birthday on the Tuesday, is just lording it over the one that celebrated today. And I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm hearing the story going, I fucked up. I needed to be in a class with some twins, so I would have got ice cream all the time.
Yeah. But
this is not fair.
But we're old as fuck, Tom, and that shit like this did not happen.
It did
like,
not. It did
for
not.
us when we were in school. When we were in school, like, it had to be, oh, I disappeared. It had to be one of those like things where your parents had to freaking like
supply
send the stuff, right? Like, not, am I back? Okay. And now it's like, if it's not store-bought or whatever, like, you can't send it. And now they
Mhm.
just basically do it themselves with ice cream. I'm like, whatever. So, I mean, I guess like I don't have to worry about, like cats jumping on the counter and getting into the cupcakes. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the portion where we're just going to talk about the Astros now. So I apologize if we did not talk about your team. Let me know. Let me know who you want me to talk about more or less, whatever. But we're going to talk about the Astros now because that's the team that I love very, very much. Although I do love you, Diamondbacks. You're my NL team. Corbin Carroll, shout out. All of the stolen bases. The Oakland A's. We swept the Oakland A's, Tom. Hooray!
Wait. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time
I
to the
was getting
last
there.
episode.
I was getting there, Tom.
Somebody predicted a sweep, didn't she? Didn't
I
she,
was getting
guys?
there. I was getting there. Okay, I just wanted to prepare the peoples for the inevitable. All right, like we go and play them next weekend. All right, so I'm
Are we
just
doing
saying.
this? Are
I'm
we
just
doing this?
saying.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, Tom. Well, what happened last season? What happened last season? Only
One
one.
time. One
Only
time.
only one team swept us last year. Only one team. And what team was that?
The
What's he?
Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's. For some inexplicable fucking reason, the Oakland motherfucking Athletics swept us last year. And you're like,
Suzy, shit
what?
happens.
I know. Trust me. Did I expect Jose Abreu to have this power outage? No, I did not. No,
Nope.
I the fuck did not. Okay. Like, did I expect Mauricio Dubon to go on a 93 game hitting streak? I did not
Nope.
expect that either. Okay. So, yes, you are correct. Shit happens. But we swept who we were supposed to sweep. Okay. Like, the better team won and swept the losing team. But, it's baseball, right? And like, stupid things happen in baseball. So, like, who pitches a complete game shutout with only 2 runs of support?
Framber Valdez.
Right? Against the Oakland Athletics, you're all, guys, can you how many times did we have the bases loaded and we're not able to score? 2, 3?
A few.
A few, right? I don't even think I want to look at how many men we left on base and on one of those games.
All of them.
All of them. We did. It is one of our favorite pastimes. The Astros love leaving men on base. It is our absolute favorite hobby ever. However, Yordan Alvarez is a bad man. Like, is he a cyborg? Is he real? I don't know if he's real or not. Like, and I don't even want to put it out there because, like, some podcast said that Yordan Alvarez is a robot, and like people are just stupid enough to believe stupid shit like
He's
buzzers,
got a buzzer in
right?
his
Like,
shoe.
so Yordan Alvarez is not a cyborg. He's not a robot. He's like just a badass fucking human. Just all of the baseball IQ and just does the things. Just all of the things. Okay. Um
Hey, but you other managers or you other fans of other teams out there, I would like you to tell your managers, I would like you to tell your teams that we really appreciate every time you bring in a lefty to face Jordan because this time's going to be different.
mhm.
Just keep doing it. We're
We
here
love
for
it.
it. Just keep doing it. Bring all your lefties, bring them in to face them and go, this one's going to be different because the definition of insanity is do the same thing over and over and expect a different result.
Mhm.
Jordan's just proving it right. That's all I'm
Yep.
saying.
Yep. However, there was that one game uh, versus the Athletics. He went, was it over 5? I think it was over 5, but he got on with like a sac fly or something.
No,
Or
it
an
was a
error?
force out.
Force out. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
And then Tuck, the other lefty that we bring the lefty in for,
Mhm, mhm.
it's a game running single. So
Yeah.
we'll take it. Can't be there
So,
every day.
just all of the amazing things that the team is doing. We swept the A's. Now we move on to the Brewers. It was a home run derby tonight. Home run derby. I think Jordan Alvarez hit a grand slam. Was it in a single home run? Solo home run?
Yes.
Mauricio Dubon hit a solo home run.
Do it. Do it.
Corey Julks
Do
hit
it.
a solo
Yes.
home run.
You're
Oh,
missing one more.
Martin Maldonado hit a solo home run.
Upper
Now,
decker.
okay,
Second deck. I'm sorry. Second deck.
Martin Maldonado, like, hats off. You did. You hit a solo home run off of Corbin Burns. I don't know if it was a cutter that didn't cut. However, it was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, dick high. Like, if you can't hit that, I mean, like, I expected you to strike out swinging. Like, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I just totally expected you to strike out swinging. But you didn't. You didn't. And, I mean, kudos to you. Kudos to you for getting to a batting practice pitch.
Yeah, but you can't say that though. Because did Tuck hit one tonight?
No, he did not.
That's
No.
what I'm saying. Like it has to be, you have to keep it fair. Like if we're
Different
gonna say Tucker deserves all the money and back the truck up because he does, you gotta give Maldy props for taking Corbin Burns deep, just like he took one other. Didn't he take Cease deep too? He took Cease deep.
I
Like
don't.
it's weird. It
How
doesn't
deep? How deep did
very
Martino?
deep. Rob Fontenot deep. I'm just saying, the guy has got to get some credit. I know he's on fire right now. Guess what? All of this got him to 200. That's awesome. We still think Yainer Diaz deserves more time, but thank you, Maldi, for doing your thing.
Shout out Yanner Diaz for lighting a fire under Martin Maldonado's ass because Yanner hit that home run. His first home run. Martin Maldonado said, excuse me, young pup, sit your ass down. Look what I can do as well. So, maybe Maldi is like, is it Secretariat where he needed to see, like, you couldn't put blinders on Secretariat, like he needed to see the competition in order to do better. Maybe that's all Molly needed. Maybe that's all he needed last season too. Like we could have let Christian Vasquez play. I'm just putting it out there. But that's neither here nor there. We can't go back in history and do that. But so I don't know. Shout out Yainer Diaz for lighting a fire under Molly's ass. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like a couple games ago, Yainer Diaz hit his first home run, and the dugout gave Yainer Diaz the silent treatment, and it was hysterical. And then everyone dapped him up like afterwards.
Almost everyone.
Almost everybody, except for Martin Maldonado. Martin Maldonado sat on the end of the bench and just gave him side eye. Was just the saltiest bitch. And there's going to be people there. And I saw the photo. I was like, surely it's just the photo. Because I understand a photo is just like a millisecond in time. Maybe during the video, like it's different. No. Nope, not at all. Nope. Martin Maldonado sat on the bench and was like, fuck you. I am not dapping you up. And it would have taken like a millisecond. And the argument was that he was like supposed to be on deck. No. He was getting ready to hit. No. He could have dapped him up. Like it would have taken a millisecond. Like, but whatever. Good job. Good job, Maldi, for it lighting a fire under your ass because you've been hitting. And it's May now. The end of May. So in June, when he goes like 0 for 42, I need you to look back on this
Suzy's
May.
coming. She will be
and
there, ready.
Keep all of this. Hopefully this keeps you warm at night. All of the things he did in May, because it's going to drop off like a fucking rock in June. Like a rock. I hope not. I hope at some point in time he is listening to this and it's like, fuck that Suzy bitch. I'ma show her. Please do, Maldi. I would love for you to keep hitting. Like that would make me happy. Like secretly, it would make me happy. Also, it pains me to say this, Jake Myers. I'm tipping my hat. If I could take my earphones off and do the hat tip, I would, but I can't. So like, it's a figurative. But there was a catch and a throw where there was no double arm pump. When I tell you that I almost flew through the fucking wall because I was so excited. I have been begging this man to not double pump. How many slow ass motherfuckers go from first to third because Jake Myers does this stupid double pump of like, what are you doing? Why? Just throw the fucking ball. And he did. And he did. He got out of his head. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. He didn't catch him. But it was very close. Very close on the money. And it was like reminiscent of 2021 Jake. And I was like, oh, and he's been hitting. And he's been
A
hitting
lot.
a lot. So much.
And tonight,
Yes.
if you didn't watch the game, he made a play, a catch where he crashed into the wall, which you would think some PTSD type stuff would have happened. And then he got up,
It
he
gave me
shook it off.
PTSD.
Huh?
It gave me PTSD.
But then he came in and he hit.
Yes.
Smoked a triple down the line. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, yo, if Jake is past it, defensively, offensively, that dude's a weapon.
Yeah.
We're all very frustrated. Jake Myers was a different animal before he got hurt. He
Yes.
was the heir apparent to George Springer. He played the game a lot like George. Power, speed, defender, all the things. Sign him up. Even had the salon quality hair. He was going to
Mhm.
be great.
Mhm.
But then he got hurt and he
Can't
lost it.
can't keep a batting helmet on the motherfucker though.
No.
Cannot keep a batting helmet on him. Dusty has promised if he gets to 300, he will get a batting helmet that fits. So I think maybe that's it. That is the prize there. I don't think it's
In
the
his
prize, but
defense tonight, though, he hit that triple and did the whole
try to
push that thing
keep yeah.
down, and the
It didn't
jet
help.
stream around second just took that thing right off his head.
Well,
So
and then like when they did the replay and it showed that it hit his foot. I was like, "Oh no." Like I was like, "Oh my god, thank God that it didn't like trip him or, whatever." I was like, oh. But shout out Jake Myers. Shout out. Like if you are past this, it's RIP Chas McCormick. RIP. I love you still though, Chas McCormick. You're my guy. You're my center fielder. In my heart always, okay?
all right,
Just want you to know this.
I got you right now. Tough, serious
Don't
question.
don't do this to me, Tom.
You can only keep one.
No, fuck you, Tom. This is my podcast. I don't have to
Hold on.
answer
This
this.
is not what you
No.
think. It's not what you think. Jake, Chaz, or Corey?
Well, I can only keep one.
Only one.
Okay, I love you, Corey Jokes, but you're gone. No, that's not even a fucking question. That's
Okay. I mean, he 3 for 5 tonight.
Hey,
Looked
I
good.
get it. I understand.
And can play third.
But the brother does not. Well, although I take it back. Like he
He
drew
hit a
walk
homer the other night.
No, he drew a walk the other night. He
hit a homer too.
Yes, but like if he could
Oh,
if he
you were
could
saying he
up
doesn't
his
walk. I'm sorry.
yeah, if he could up his walk numbers, like then it would be a much tougher argument. But I mean it's between Jake and Chaz. And like
They
my
don't
heart
walk
of hearts,
either.
like wants to say Chaz, but then like my brain is saying Jake, and it's my fucking podcast, so I don't have to fucking answer you, Tom. So nanny boo boo, like I
Fair,
can't do
fair,
it.
very
I
fair.
can't do it. But
Good
if
question
you,
though.
it is a very good question. Like if you watch that game tonight, you'll know the game. I won't say tying because he took a run away. But it was very reminiscent of that 2021 ALDS game where he hurt his shoulder. And he crashed into that wall, and I was like, please get up, please get up, please don't be hurt, please don't be hurt. Oh my god, please don't be hurt. Like and then he got up and you could see he's like, oh, that hurt. Like you could read his lips. That hurt. I'm like, please be okay though. Please be okay. Like, because you're never wishing injury on players, right? I mean, except for never mind. But like really, you're never wishing injury. I didn't say that. What? You said that. I didn't say that.
Somebody's body language screamed it.
That's not. I don't know what you're talking about.
If y'all are watching the YouTube, you know exactly who she thought of when she said that.
Tom, Tom is putting words in my mouth, y'all. Like I didn't say that. Nope. But like you're never wishing injury on anybody, especially like one that is doing it on both sides of the ball. Which it does. It pains me to say. It does. It pains me to say because what, Tom? I'm a salty bitch, right? Like that is a thing that
At her core.
I am a salty bitch. I will defend my players, especially ones that I feel have been wronged, and I will ride and die with Chas McCormick. Always, forever and always. Chas McCormick, I'm your number one fan, like me right here. Okay. Unfortunately, you're getting outplayed, and that hurts my heart to say. It hurts my heart. Like I so wanted Chas to do something tonight when he got that pinch hit opportunity, and he struck out swinging, and I was like, oh god.
But I
Oh
asked the
god.
question because if we talked earlier about the trade deadline and who's buyers, sellers, when you look at the Astros and what potentially they could offer a club for a starter that I feel like they need, because when you look at their rotation and you go, okay, you go into a postseason series, you go Fromber, no question, CJ, no question, Hunter, okay,
Tiny
JP
question mark,
France,
like just the tiniest
yeah, a little
question mark.
bit, yeah, he's still just
Okay.
young, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I'm okay. Game 4 starter. We don't know if Lance will be back. We don't know if Urquidy will be back. You don't want to hand the ball to a guy who just came from Sugarland and a guy who went to Sugarland because he couldn't make it. Like, it just doesn't sound good for a team that you have aspirations to win a World Series. You want to feel good about those first 4 starters just being
Right.
dogs. And
Yep.
then you come right back around. However, now I'm sure there's a scenario where you piece it together, right? If you got to bring Framber back for game 4, so be it. But if I'm the Astros, if I'm Dana Brown, I'm going, I need one more.
Yeah.
Somehow I need one more
Yeah.
because the other 2 that are injured, you just don't know. And if
Yeah.
you go through the trade deadline and they come back and go, they had a setback or whatever, now you can't have either one or they're not as effective. Hell, Lance may end up in the bullpen. Like he hadn't been
Right.
able to throw more than 37 pitches right now.
Yeah, and that is my husband's biggest pet peeve. He's like, send Lance. As much as I have vitriol against certain players on the team, he has the same level of vitriol for Lance McCullers, and it cracks me up. Like, you want to get this man fired up, you start talking about Lance McCullers, and he will get fired the fuck up. And he's like, yeah, Lance McCullers, he's just a mascot. Like he's not.
He's just a mascot.
Pretty much.
That's not true, man. 24 curveballs doesn't make you a mascot.
Well, how
Makes you
long
a
ago?
hero.
How long ago? How long ago was 24 curveballs?
It was,
How long ago?
but he still
Exactly.
did it
What has he done? I mean,
lately.
exactly,
That's
lately.
everybody.
Like he hasn't done anything this season. I mean, last season had a glass fucking elbow. He had the whole speech. He had the speech
21. He led that rotation
until his glass elbow broke.
so he got hurt. True, but I mean that's going to be the thing with him no matter what.
Yeah. But he's like, he's taking up all the money, and that's money that you could pay anybody else to be. And I was like, I get it, I understand.
I don't agree with that. He doesn't make a ton by starter standards.
What,
Fromber's going to make
17?
way more.
Is it 17
I think it's 17. I'm gonna look it up right quick.
Okay. But I mean that's technically money that could go in the Kyle Tucker war chest. I'm just #King's
Kyle
ransom.
Tucker war chest. That's what we're calling it.
#King's ransom. Okay, that is what we need.
It is $17 million for the next 3 seasons.
So 17 each.
17. Yeah, so it's only 15 this year.
Okay. Only it's only 15. But
do you know what Scherzer and Verlander are making? 15 is good.
Yes, I get it. But Scherzer and Verlander are also have way more accolades and 90,000 years on Lance McCullers. Although, see, I've been advocating for Lance to get into the bullpen. Like, if we don't have to try and stretch this man out for 5-6 innings, and he can just go out and know that, okay, like I just got to throw like 20, right? Like get through an inning, and just all of the breaking balls. Do it. I cannot say that I can speak to the whole quote unquote mentality of a starter to go to be a relief pitcher. Going, I can't. I don't understand the mentality apparently. But I think maybe he could do it, and I think maybe that may be the fucking answer. Like, he may be an elite closer. I don't think of like this team, because Brian Abreu is going to be the that for us, but maybe like a really good like setup man. I don't know. But I think,
That's an
if we
expensive setup, man.
well, yeah, but I mean, hi,
I'm just saying,
Montero.
like, he's 29. If he was 35, I'm probably having a different conversation. At
Okay.
29, I'm probably not ready to go there. I
Okay.
still think he can be a starter. Obviously, he's shown it. Um, $17 million is not an exorbitant amount of money. I mean, there are plenty of guys that make way more money that do way less. Charlie Morton, we talked about him getting smoked today. What do
Mm.
you know what Charlie Morton makes?
Doesn't Charlie Morton make like 19,
20.
20? Okay.
I mean, I could do this all day, baby. There are some terrible pitchers out there making a ton of money.
Well,
And if
Charlie Morton's not a terrible pitcher.
well, I didn't say him.
Oh,
You're
okay.
right. He's not terrible, but by Lance's standards, he's not
Yeah.
that much better.
Yeah.
And he's had injuries too. He blew his ankle out.
Yeah.
You know, probably cost the Braves a World Series.
Yeah. 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 Um. Okay. So, do we think Lance is going to come back though?
I do. I just
Yeah.
don't know when. I just feel like they're like milking whatever this little thing is, and they're avoiding some surgery, and it's driving me insane. I just wish he'd just take the time, whatever it is. If you told me it was TJ again, I'd rather him get it and stop bullshitting with this. Oh no, we're just gonna throw and then stop and then throw and then stop, and then we're gonna go on the bullpen, or I mean on the mound, and then we'll go flat ground, and then we'll go to the base of the mound, and then we'll go back to the top of the mound. It's like, dude, just quit fucking with it. Just give it to me, whatever it is. I'd rather you do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off, whatever it is.
So here's the question then. Is it they're trying to push whatever timeline it is so that they can hopefully utilize Lance in the World Series, like fingers crossed we get their championship, ALCS, whatever.
Postseason.
Postseason. Do you think that they're like, okay, look, like if we can just kind of keep afloat Brandon Belak, JP France, Ronel Blanco is getting stretched out down in Sugarland and apparently is having good results. If we can get innings from these guys, get through the regular season, and then get Lance in the postseason, and then have him blow his arm out in the postseason. Is that what we're trying to do here?
It seems like it's the plan, because obviously the Astros management system,
Right.
Dana Brown, Dusty, they're not going to tell you anything.
Right.
And I think they clearly thought that there was two options in my mind in in spring training. It was surgery now, maybe out 8 months or whatever, or rest and slowly build strength up, whatever, try to overcome whatever this is, partial tear, partial strain, whatever the fuck they want to call it. I don't even know
Right.
anymore. And it's probably something unique. It's not like an elbow. It's something in his forearm or something stupid.
Right.
And we're just going to play the waiting game and go, well, eventually we can ramp you up and let you go. Same thing. I think it's very similar to what they're doing with Michael Brantley.
See, my question was, is Michael Brantley actually like quote unquote hurt, or are they just trying to showcase Corey Julks out there as trade bait?
I thought that about Jake Myers. I really did, because I never felt like we had the aluminum hats on. We really thought that Chaz was really hurt. He was hitting the ball well, and then he had some weird freak ass. Oh, I'm deadlifting on game day and blew my back out, but magically I'm good now.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I got a bad back. I know how that works. It's always bad. You're not good.
Right.
You're just sore all the
Yeah.
time. It sucks. I hate it. But I digress. I don't believe that either of those guys are on the roster when Uncle Mike comes back. I think somebody gets traded. I really do. I just don't see how he hit so good, had the inflammation. Now we're not going to hit, and it's just so much positioning that just feels wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because he's still traveling with the team as like a mental coach. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Can he play? Can he not? Can he swing? Can he not? He's just over there,
He's on the bench. He's on the
Oh
bench
man.
giving the information, what he's taking in the game, and he's giving it to the younger players. That's what he's doing, Tom.
And in all of this, right? With everybody being frustrated with, the Maldi situation and Yiner and the Dubon situation, I'm more frustrated with the health of these guys because that's going to determine what direction the Stros need to go to fill the holes.
Right.
And the whole I don't want to talk about it and they're there but they're not there. It's the mixed signals that, it's like,
Yeah,
I got a
and then
bad feeling.
everyone wonders why, like, we have conspiracy theories and why I have, like, the tinfoil hat on, like, at all times. I'm all, "What is do we not see this?" It's the TikTok sound. "Does he not see us? I see you. Do you see me?" Like, that it's that whole thing, and, um what someone tell me, anybody at fucking all, tell me, what has Yainer Diaz done to this man? What has he done to Dusty Baker?
My
What has he done?
My tinfoil hat says that Maldi is hanging it up to the end of the season, and this is Dusty's gift to Maldi to play until you can't play anymore.
But, like, doesn't it it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make any fucking sense to me. Like, if we are trying to make a postseason run, why are we not giving the young kids some run now so that inevitably when we run the 36-year-old catcher into the fucking ground, that the baby catcher has some sort of experience? No? Does that not make any sense to me? Like, I don't understand. I don't
The
understand.
the truth of the matter is I don't think Dusty has any intentions of trying to see anybody that's not Martin Maldonado. If the postseason run came, he started every game. He started every game last postseason. Like there
Now,
is no
Christian Vasquez started like 1,
but
2,
basically the same
1.
thing.
Yeah.
Like he pinch hit,
Yeah.
like I don't see that changing anytime soon. And you're right. If you were concerned about a potential Maldi injury, Yainer Diaz should be getting all the run in the way in the world for two reasons. One, you keep Maldi fresh, so you're not playing him every fucking day, running him into the ground. And two, you're building that chemistry, you're building that comfort level, Yainer with the pitching staff, so that it's not, this foreign thing, and you're not going, oh shit, like
Right. Because I don't think Yainer's caught Fromber or CJ,
not
has he?
once. Now those guys are really talented, and it may
Yeah.
not matter. Hey, just sit there,
But
put
I
the
mean,
glove up.
just to like, I mean, Fromber's curveball though, that's nasty.
A lot.
Like, and I feel like you need to practice blocking those balls. Hey now, because I mean, granted, Fromber can dot up some pitches, but like when he tries to bury that thing, like you don't know where the fuck that's going, like, right? So I feel like you need a little practice. But maybe they're, I don't know, working bullpens or
And see, that's the one thing we
backfields or
don't
something.
know.
I don't know.
For all we know, he's caught every one of their bullpens, and they'll call the pitches from the mound or they'll call them from the dugout, and he'll just be back there if, in fact, the worst happens. Maldi goes down for some reason, and now you don't have him.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is at this point. It is screaming into the void, because that homer that Martin Maldonado hit tonight, just that gives I mean, regardless of what he does, Dusty's going to play him, but that just gives all of the Maldi fans just so much more run. Like, do you see Maldi? Do you see Maldi? He hit a home run. Did you see him? And he had a multi-hit game. I'm all, yes, I did see. Thank you. Yes, good job, Martin Maldonado, for, I don't know, like, doing part of your job. And I get it. I understand. Like, don't come for me. Don't come for me, people. I know. The Astros didn't sign Martin Maldonado to be a hitting catcher. We're not expecting Jordan Alvarez elite. No, I know. Like, we didn't sign him to do that. Like, I don't expect him to be fucking Yordan Alvarez out there, okay? But like, I don't want him to be a black hole. And like right now, he's like a gray hole, right? Like he's he's a gray hole right now. Like
Oh,
he's hitting now, right? Yeah,
and see, the funny thing is like when you talk about what you want Maldi to be, right? You don't want him to be JT Realmuto, who's the
yeah,
ultimate friggin' everything, right?
yeah.
But
Like I'm not expecting Adley Rutschman, okay? Like I know he's not gonna
another
be that.
one, great one,
Like
yeah. But hit 250.
yeah,
Not. I need a 13 game hitting streak or hits in 13 games to get to 200.
yeah,
Like he was like 160 something for a hot minute. And it's like, that's the guy you can't afford to have when your offense isn't scoring all the runs. Spring training, when this offense looked like it was going to be murderer's row with Brantley in the 2 hole and Jose Abreu hitting everything, and your 8 hitter being Michael Brantley, or your 8 hitter being, I'm sorry, Chas McCormick, and 7 being Jeremy Pena, you could care less if the one guy was
mm-hmm,
bad. Right
yeah,
now, you're expecting a lot of guys to have big nights and carry offense when they shouldn't have to.
yeah. Um, his his betting average is 200. 200 right now, guys. His slug is 583 though.
Which is higher
Uh,
than a lot of guys on the roster.
yeah, yeah. As his OPS plus is 62. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny that his OPS plus is 62 right now. That's so good. I love that for us. But like it, it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, like I'm not expecting elite level hitting from Martin Maldonado. I just at this moment in time, he's not completely an automatic out. At this moment in time. 99% of the season, he's an automatic out, y'all. Like the strikeout swing. And like really and truly, why anyone throws Martin Maldonado anything besides like breaking stuff, like I don't know why. Like you fastballs are the only thing Martin Maldonado can hit, right? Like just
Yeah, but
throw.
right now he's seeing the ball really well. Like
He worked that walk.
he spit on a slider down, and I was like, oh, he swings at that like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So whatever he ate, whatever maybe the Yiner thing, whatever it was, locked him the fuck in, and you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
His plate discipline is 100 times better than it's been over the past month and a half. And good for him, good for us.
He
As
got
Astros fans, we want him to succeed. You just kind of feel like he's never going to.
yeah. Yeah. Except for those Maldi fans that love Maldi and he can do no wrong. At that point in time, like he's not disappointing though. He's just disappointing us. Um Jordan Alvarez's OPS plus is 161.
It's dumb.
Oh,
That's like video game with all the power ups and like
uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
created a player and I made him unfair. That's what Jordan Alvarez is.
Yeah. So if y'all are newer to the game and don't really understand the statistics, and I really don't understand all the statistics, but basically OPS plus is ballpark adjusted. That plus is the ballpark adjusted. So like, if you have a really bad game at like Coors Field, it takes that into or a really good game at Coors Field, it takes it into the all of the mathematical funness. I'm the wrong Asian to talk about math, but 100 essentially is like your average player. So anything above 100, so like Jordan being like 161, that's like 61% better than like your average player. And so that's just dumb, like dumb. Um, Kyle Tucker, 124. Jake Myers, 108.
That's
Shout out.
what we're saying.
Shout out Jake Myers. Shout out Jake Myers. Lord. Mauricio Dubon at 99. Jeremy Pena at 92. Alex Bregman at 91. Corey Julks at 71. Martin Maldonado at 62. And Jose Abreu, this number makes me so sad. 49. That's sad. That's very sad. Jose Abreu, 49. But he got a couple of hits today. Got a couple of I think he walked? Got a walk, didn't he?
He had like 4 hours before the game, had some work in, trying to get his swing right. I need him to be right. So I'm rooting for him because of no other reason than Dusty's not going to pull him. He's paid too much money. And when he's right, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. So you need that dude to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. So tomorrow we have JP France. JP France Day. It's Mustachioed Man. JP France Day. And who did you say was the Brewers?
Colin Ray.
Colin Ray. Not the singer, right? Not the country
No.
singer? Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We don't know anyways. Colin Ray versus JP France. Hopefully JP France figured out whatever the fuck he was doing last start and maybe not do that this start. I think he was chased after like 3.2 innings, I think.
Yeah.
Giving up 4 earned runs, a bajillion hits.
We wondered if he might be tipping watching that game.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to details to know that, he was flaring his glove or, tensing his arm up and you could see the tendons flexed or whatever but he got lit the fuck up. So hopefully that does not happen in tomorrow's game. Also, weirdly, Christian Yelich has a really weird batting stance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then Owen Miller apparently does the same thing. And I'm all, is that a thing that you're like, hey, Yelly, like, I want to hit like you, so I'm going to do your batting stance kind of thing? Like,
there was that whole thing in that one MVP season where it was like Belly versus Jelly, and it was like you're either on one side of the coin or the other.
I don't know that thing. What was that?
That was BS. That was before Suzy.
Before Suzy knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
What? See, and I don't think I know Cody Bellinger's batting stance either. But like every time I look at Christian Yelich, whenever he bats, it reminds me. It's gonna sound so bad. It reminds me of a cockroach, or like the
what
the Men in Black, like they're cockroaches, aren't they? Like
I think so. Yeah.
Like the giant cockroach. Okay, but like he does this like weird like lean back. It's a whole thing. Tomorrow's game, just when Christian Yelich comes up to bat, just notice his batting stance and just look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I see it now, Suzy. Or tell me that I'm fucking insane and you see something else. But he's got like this really weird batting stance, and Owen Miller does the same thing, and it's weird. It's weird. But so JB France, who was the bullpen? Oh, so it went to what? It went CJ to Seth Martinez to Parker Machinsky to Ryan Stanek. Ryan Stanek closed it out. Yeah. Okay.
Looks great in a blowout. Ryan Stanek. Yep.
No pressure. Good job, Ryan Stanek.
Fills
good
the
job.
Strike zone. Gets guys out. Looks good.
Yes. Parker Machinsky, welcome back. Welcome back. We sent down Matt Gage. We just switched out lefties.
I like Parker Machinsky. Before he got hurt, he was doing some really good things.
I'm not super familiar with Parker Machinsky, and every time I see him, I always do this. And if you're audio only, go to the YouTubes and you can see my like weird side eye like monocle emoji.
He's got a funky delivery, but it works.
So is it literally just that? Like he's like, okay, Matt Gage, like I need my other lefty. What was? I need to know the reasoning, or I guess I don't need to know, but I would like to know the reasoning. Dusty Baker.
Machinsky was really good. Like I said, before he got injured, and I know Dusty really liked him a lot. I mean, shocker, right? But Yeah, he's on the 40 man. So I think Gage had options where Mashinsky wouldn't. He came off the IL, and it was like, well, got to send somebody down.
It can't be one of the 3 catchers that we're not using. That's just silly. Cesar Salazar got in the game, and I personally was wondering, like, why Martin Maldonado was still in the game when it was like 10-2 in the what, 7th? And I'm like, why? Why is Martin Maldonado still in the game? Why are we not pinch hitting Martin
Because it's
Maldonado
hot. Got to
for
keep going.
Yainer Diaz? Like, why? And then it's like Dusty heard me and he's like, hey, guess what? I am going to sit Martin Maldonado, but you know what? Fuck you, Suzy. I'm gonna put Cesar Salazar in. I'm all, what is happening?
Ooh.
Like Yainer Diaz is like, you don't see me with the I'm not here for the catching. No, Cesar Salazar.
Like, I can catch 2 guys. Look, I got a glove. Look, it's a catcher's mitt. I can do it.
I don't understand. But so Cesar Salazar came in as the catcher, and then Dusty goes, but guess what, Suzy? Like, I did hear you, and I am gonna put in Yainer Diaz as the DH. What? So he pinch hit for Yordan Alvarez.
And
Because
hit one of the hardest balls of the night.
Yordan Alvarez already got all of the stats that he needed. What was his final line? It was something dumb.
Jordans?
5 ribbies, right?
2 for 4 with 2 homers.
Yeah.
You were talking about his OPS. Do you know what he ranks in MLB? I have it up.
Who are we talking about? Jordans or
Mm-hmm.
OPS?
And this is the entire major league. OPS plus.
OPS plus. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna say fourth.
You'd be wrong. He is 7th. Would you like to know the 6 names above him?
I know Brent Rooker is one of them.
He is 5th.
Okay, so
name them all. Go ahead.
Hold on. Brent Rooker, Acuna.
That's 4.
Okay.
Rooker's 171. Acuna's 177.
Matty Chapman.
You'd be wrong.
Damn it. Okay. So he fell down then. Okay.
Think Tampa.
Oh, is it Yandy Diaz or Randy Rosarena?
Both.
I have both on my team.
Yandy's 192.
That's dumb.
That is dumb.
That's dumb.
Randy, crossed arms and all, is 6, 163. You're missing 2 names.
Missing 2 names. Okay. Vladdy?
Wrong. You're missing one that's going to piss you off.
Aaron Judge?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's 2, 183.
Yeah.
You're missing one guy.
All right, hold on. No. It's gonna make me mad that I'm missing him.
It is. You want the team?
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Oh, is it? Wait. Hold on.
Don't you dare!
There are multiple guys on St. Louis that this could be. Is it Nolan Gorman though?
That is correct.
Yes. I was like, wait.
Suzy knows ball, ladies and gentlemen. Ball.
Cardinals lineup is fucking dumb. Like, they got, you want to talk about boppers? Damn. They got some fucking boppers. Like, the entire lineup, man.
Sean Murphy for Atlanta is 8. Luis Ariz for Miami is 9. And Frederick Freeman for the Dodgers is number 10.
Where's Mookie on that list?
I only have the top 10.
Okay.
I can look it up.
I want to say
be up there.
I want to say that he's been kind of cold though.
132.
Oh yeah, that's totally cold, Suzy. What are you talking about?
Totally cold.
I don't know. Is that good?
So 10 was 152, and he's at 132.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so no birds are safe. Birds are safe. Zach Gallen this past week hit a bird. Was that during a game or was that in practice?
No, I think it was practice.
Okay. So Zach Gallen, one of the pitchers for the Arizona Diamondbacks, threw a pitch, killed a bird, and then in the Guardians game tonight, Will Brennan hit a freaking line drive and killed a bird. I was like, what is happening?
PETA is upset right now.
You're big mad. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you need to tell the birds, stop flying during the game. Like, bro, what is we doing?
Speaking of Zach Gallen, did you see where they asked him to name a rotation you wanted to take to win the World Series? And he named 4 other guys. Anybody in MLB had Twitter a little hot.
I did not see that. Who was it?
You got to go look that up. I think he had Verlander. He had Scherzer, which
Ooh.
Yankees fans were just salty because no Cole, no Fromber. I can't remember who else he had. Because that's 3. He had 2 other guys. And
I'm like, well, now I have to go look it up.
yeah.
Was it on? Is it on his Twitter or was it
was
it
a
like
video.
Oh, okay, all right. Zach Gallen rotation. I know that like him and Jazz have some sort of like beef. Okay,
Which is
Zach Gallen
weird.
gives his all-time pitching rotation. Okay, I will. It's a 7-minute video, y'all. I can't watch that right now.
No, not at all.
But apparently he had a streak of like 32 innings or something before like giving up a run. That's all gone to shit. Then Chris Bassett had a run. That all went to shit. Tampa Bay said, "Fuck yo couch, Chris Bassett. Look what we can do," and just put all the runs on him tonight. I was like, "Oh, good, Chris Bassett."
I mean, he was really good for like what, a month?
Chris Bassett, yeah.
No, Zach Gallen.
Oh, Zach Gallen. Well, but like last season, he had that long. I don't want to say it was called quality start streak because that was Fromber. But it was like 40 innings of something last season.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Zach Gallen record 2022. Yes, let's. With a record of 12-2. No, in 2022, over 184 innings pitched, he threw 192 strikeouts, 12.5 WAR. That's not what it was. What record did Zach Gallen break? 42 consecutive scoreless innings. There we go. That's what he did last season. Like, so I mean, it's like he's a good pitcher. Although, you know, he has been hit a little bit this season. There's a bunch of pitchers that have been hit this season. You're like,
hey, you're
are
like,
you broken?
really? Yeah.
What happened to you? Sandy Alcantara, I'm looking at you, sir. I'm looking at you. And I wonder if Sandy Alcantara had a better infield defense, do you think his numbers would be better?
Of course.
Is it the shift? Did the shift break Sandy Alcantara? Or the lack of?
I don't know.
Shift?
I think it's amazing that people are talking about him being traded.
Sandy Alcantara, I welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, same.
Like, you need a good infield defense. We're right here, sir. I mean minus Jose Abreu, but like like left side. Okay, Jeremy Pena, Alex Bregman, they got you. All right, like our short king, our kind of wiry Prince, Mauricio Dubon. I can't call him king. Prince, there we go. But I don't watch enough Marlins to really like dig in. But every fucking time Sandy Alcantara has a freaking start, I'm on pins and needles because I think he's a pitcher on all of my teams, on all of my fantasy teams, and every start he fucks me. Every start, I'm like, oof. What happened here? Why, Sandy Alcantara? Why? All of the runs, all of the hits, none of the strikeouts. So if you're a Miami Marlins fan, or if you know, holler at me, please. Comments, Twitter. carrier pigeon. However, I don't care. Just
You sure you
tell
want to
me.
ask somebody to send you a carrier pigeon right now with all these birds dying?
Oh, God. I mean, it may not get to me. I don't know. But yeah, like, and I mean, Corbin Burns gave up, was that 5? 5 runs on him? I don't even want to look at the score for Corbin Burns because I have Corbin Burns also. Like, and I was like, I need Corbin Burns to do well, but like Jeremy Pena and Alex Bregman and Jordan needs to hit all of the things for me because I have those. Any other Astros he can strike out, whatever. So
I want Corbin Burns to be an Astro.
I want Corbin Burns to be an Astro.
This trade deadline feels a lot like when the Astros went after Greinke, a lot like when the Astros went after Verlander. I think they just need one more starter, and I don't know what it's going to cost, and I don't know. I mean, as long as it's not named Hunter Brown or Drew Gilbert, I really don't care. There's some guys I'd be really upset if they traded. Spencer Arrighetti in Corpus, I think he is going to be a stud.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be upset if he had to go, but I understand. Got to give something, get something.
Right.
So, but right now, I feel like if they go get another ace.
Do you think though that they would?
Why not?
I mean, we talked about their record at the beginning of the podcast, but that was like an hour and a half ago, and I don't really remember. So, I mean, they're tied for the Central.
They're one game back in the AL West. Or you're talking about Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah.
Milwaukee traded Josh Hader, and they were leading the division.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
They don't operate thinking about winning playoff series. They operate about, okay, can I sign the guy or not? If I can't, then I need to go get the best that I can for him.
That's true.
And they've already had it out in arbitration. So like Corbin Burns screams he's going to get dealt. Yeah. I don't know why. It's like they're not going to pay him, and the
yeah, and Woodruff is down. So I don't know.
Now the prices for him is going to be high. I'm sure they could care less about his feelings, and you'll just start for us until you're a free agent. But I think somebody's going to, huh?
You think he's going to be a rental for us? Or I mean, if we got him, do you think he would be a rental, or that he would be actually like stick around and we could sign him to an extension?
Depends on what he does. I didn't think that Cole was going to be a quote unquote rental. Kind of what he ended up being. Verlander signed because he blew out his elbow. Actually, he signed before that, but you know what I mean? It was a short-term deal. Corbin Burns is still young enough that he'd go out and get a monster pitching contract.
So my question with Corbin Burns is, because he's been hit around a little bit. I mean, 2 seasons ago, he was the NL Cy Young, right? And I'm pretty sure he got Cy Young votes last year too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he nothing to sneeze at. This season, he's gotten hit a little bit. And my question is he? And this sounds so bad. And this is full on aluminum foil conspiracy hat is fully on Suzy right now. But do you think Corbin Burns is like, you know what? I'm gonna pitch just shitty enough to fuck the Brewers, but not shitty enough to totally tank my personal like records and stats?
He's 28. There's one ARB year left. And if you're going to trade him, you're either going to trade him this offseason or not this offseason, this trade deadline, this offseason, or you're going to trade him this coming trade deadline. So the only way you maximize his value is if you trade him now.
Yeah.
Makes $10 million.
I mean, and he's more effective than Lance McCullers. So Corbin Burns, you are an Astro. I mean, I would love that, honestly. Like, not gonna lie. However, I do give the monocle side eye to any pitcher that gives up a home run to Martin Maldonado.
It does make you wonder, right? Do I really want that guy on my roster?
But again, part of me really does wonder, like, how can I fuck over the Brewers just enough? And you know, no one's gonna look twice at Oh well, it's the Astros. Like, of course the Astros are gonna, put up the numbers now. If he did this against, like, I don't know, the Oakland Athletics or like the Royals, maybe some eyebrows would be raised. I'm just saying.
We were talking about Sandy Alcantara.
Mm-hmm.
His contract, so he got extended. He
Mm-hmm.
signed a 5-year, $56 million deal to buy out his ARB years. So he makes $6 million this year. He makes $9 million next year, and then $17 million the next 2 years. And then there's a club option in 2027 for $21 million.
Wow. Wow. That's bonkers.
And you talk about Miami. Miami's in the middle, right? They're not
Right.
out of it. They're not in it really.
Yeah.
5.5 back, 500, literally 24. Bad couple weeks. They go out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking. As an Astros fan, I'm over here going through each team
Like,
going, that could work.
right.
That
Well,
could work. What do
and they
you
need
need?
outfielders.
Yeah.
Marlins need outfielders. Marlins
Mhm.
need outfielders. Is Josh Chisholm back yet? I know he had that hurt toe or whatever, from running into the wall. I don't know if he's back yet or not. But
I don't know. They moved that guy to where they moved him to keep him healthy, and he got hurt anyway. So I
yeah.
don't know.
But they brought up Yuri Perez, the one of their stud young arms, and he's been doing well. So but
Wow.
yeah,
It says 4 to 6 weeks.
for Jazz Chisholm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So who's roaming center field for them?
Injured his right big toe on the cement block of the left center field wall at Lone Depot Park on May 13th.
Yeesh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chisholm saw specialist Dr. Robert Anderson on May 15th in North Carolina to get more information. He is rehabbing in Jupiter, Florida.
My gosh. So he's not even with the team then, huh?
Yep.
Wow. So let's see.
Did you know Johnny Cueto was a Miami
I
Marlin?
did. I did. And then got hurt almost
Yep.
immediately.
Biceps tightness.
Oh
They got a
man.
lot of people hurt right now. Trevor
Um
Rogers, AJ Puck, Avisel Garcia. Names you know.
Yeah, well, and AJ Puck had been their closer, who had been really good for them. Coming over from the A's. So let's see, who's running center field then out there? Garrett Hampson. Who the fuck is Garrett Hampson for center field?
Also, they acquired Jonathan Davis from the Tigers today in exchange for minor leaguer Brady Allen.
Oh my,
Outfielder. You said they need outfielders. They went out and got one.
they did that. They did. Um,
He has a 185, 291, 245 slash line
oh
in
my,
350 career
oh
plate
my.
appearances. Gross.
Brian De La Cruz has been raking for them though. From
That's a trade I
Houston.
wish we never made.
Uh-huh.
He was good before he left.
Who did we get?
Yimmy Garcia. I think
Oh,
that was the Yimmy
was that
Garcia.
the Yermy Garcia? Okay. And then he went and signed with the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find, I was like, surely Martin Maldonado is the worst catcher in the league. He is not.
No, he's not.
It is Jacob Stallings for the Marlins. And I'm not saying that out loud. I'm very sorry, Jacob Stallings. You are probably a very nice person, and I'm not saying this.
Hey, you know what that means? If they were gifted a Corey Lee for a Sandy Alcantara, they might not feel terrible about it. Along with one of those outfielders we talked about,
Yeah.
along with maybe a pitching prospect.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to look at, some of this stuff, because I feel like you can craft trades that like a GM would go, okay, that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
filling major league roster here. I'm putting a minor leaguer there, and I'm sending a dude that's not going to help us win this time around.
Right. Yeah.
Send that
I mean,
Bewley while you're at it. We'll take them. No? Crickets? If y'all are watching YouTube, she's blinking at me really hard right now.
no.
You can play first instead of Abreu.
Bring up JJ Matijevic. No, bring up JJ Matijevic. Like, let the kids play, y'all. Let the kids motherfucking play, okay? And JJ is like fucking raking in triple right now. He is raking. So no, like postseason Yuli, and they are using Yuli as postseason Yuli. Like they are giving him rest. They are sitting him. He's playing like every third day. And so you know what a rested Yuli does? A rested Yuli goes and can hits in the park home runs. A rested Yuli. That I'm just saying, maybe Jose Abreu, maybe you need to sit down just a couple of days. Just
the irony of it all is that they went out and made this splash, which I will not fault them. I understand the logic. They were losing an ace and was going to supplement the offense to make up for the lack of pitching. I totally get it. Yuli wasn't hitting. If Yuli was hitting, he's probably still here.
Mm-hmm.
This was the best free agent hitter on the market, literally, at a position that you needed. The best. The Angels, everybody wanted him. So it's not like they went and made this move and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? No,
right.
when everybody saw this move, they're like, holy shit, the Astros did what? There were other fan bases, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers going, shit. They don't need that. They don't need that. And then he hears shit in the bed. Now, in hindsight, if they'd have said, you know what, we'll pick Yuli back up for nothing and we'll let the kids play, or we'll platoon with Dubon or Diaz or whoever.
Right.
Probably would have been pretty good too.
That probably would have been very good. Like every other day, every couple days, Yuli out there with the back pocket. That would have been
Yuli Yiner platoon at first would have solved a lot of problems.
That probably
stopped
would.
a lot of fights.
And then we would not be here yelling into the void about Martin Maldonado. But you know what? We probably would be, because we probably would be yelling about Corey Lee and not letting Corey Lee play behind Martin Maldonado. But we need to wrap up because we've been talking for like 2 hours now, but I want to end on this. Domingo Germán for the New York Yankees gets 10-game suspension for having apparently the stickiest hand that the umpire had ever felt. Again, if you go back to the other episodes where we talk about the Yankees and the sticky hands and the Mets with sticky hands, I need some sort of reference on what the fuck these umpires are going and sticking their hands into or onto or into in the trainings that they're doing to have whatever I don't know, like baseline of whatever the stickiness is. Like I don't understand this, guys. I don't understand this. And I need people to really to come with me on this, okay? Like just come with me on this. Now, we all see the whole sticky hands and all of this bullshit, and oh, it's Domingo Germán and it's the Yankees. And it's like a blip. It is like a nothing burger for the entire fucking league that a New York Yankees pitcher has been suspended for essentially cheating, right? Right? Now I need you to just open your eyes to this, because y'all know, if you are not an Astros fan, if you are not an Astros fan, if you were any other fan, if an Astros pitcher was suspended for 10 games for having the stickiest hand that the umpire had ever felt, do you know the 24/7 365 news cycle that would be on this? And y'all know that I'm right. Like, you would not hear the motherfucking end of this if it was the fucking Astros that had this. And we're just, everybody's just shrugging their shoulders. Oh, it's the Yankees. Why? Why? Like, how is every other fan base not screaming from the top of their motherfucking lungs, Yankees, what are we doing? Like, is it screaming into the void? Is that why? Like, we know that nothing else is
They know that it's screaming into the void.
Okay.
the commissioner of Major League Baseball, his favorite team, the Yankees. ESPN, their favorite team, probably the Yankees. These guys make millions and millions and millions of dollars on that stupid logo in the pinstripes in the Bronx. So it does them no good to burn down the Golden Goose. It doesn't, because they just print money. So the teams like the Royals, the teams like the Astros, the teams like the Twins, everybody in the middle, right? You're not going to get the Dodgers out west. You're probably not going to get the Braves in the south. Probably not going to get the Red Sox in the east.
Right.
Those guys, protected franchises. Maybe the Cubs and the Cardinals, a little protected too. But everybody else, you're getting burned at stake for witchcraft. These guys, it's all good.
Would
Herman's been caught twice. Herman's been caught twice. The same dude. And like when you see the pictures of his hands, like, bro, the color of your hands, this part of your hand for the YouTubers should not be darker than this part of your hand.
Yeah.
That math ain't mathing. Yeah. I ain't even got to be Asian. It just ain't working.
Yep. I mean,
like that's where the color's not supposed to be.
He's not appealing it. Nope. And basically just basically to the effect said that now he knows like where the line is. I'm sorry, what now, sir? Now you know where the fucking line is? Like, you're an MLB, like, what the fuck? And so on various shows before, I have said, can we figure out something on the actual ball to have like a baseline so that we don't have to fuck with this anymore? And apparently they actually are testing out a ball in the Southern League AA teams or something like that. And apparently what is happening with this ball is it's jacking with everybody. And the quote unquote okay pitchers are now turning into like great pitchers. And the great pitchers are turning into fucking like just the filthiest stuff ever with these pre-tacked balls. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry. I have the mentality of a 12-year-old boy, and I cannot say the word balls without chuckling to myself. And the fact that they're pre-tacked, I can't. Pre-sticky balls. Like it's not a thing that I can do. So, but apparently there's some like that, and that is the baseline that they're working with, like that AA, like, but the Southern League in the AA. So I feel bad for these guys because they're just like the guinea pigs of MLB essentially. But from what I read was like the okay pitchers have great stuff now with these pre-tacked balls, and we're talking like adding like 6 to 8 inches of run to fucking like pitches. And you're like, what? And then like the guys who actually have really good pitches they're almost unhittable. And so it's just jacking with everybody's fucking stats. Everybody's stats. And so I would hate to be a hitter in that league. You're like, guys, I'm trying to get a motherfucking job here. Like, can we not? Can what's going on here? You know,
that was like the biggest thing with the Astros. Yeah. They ruined my careers. There were pitchers suing they're trying to sue the Astros because they ruined their ERAs and ruined their careers, and now they're out of the league. Domingo Herman, when he did it in what day was that? Where it was like he struck out like 15 or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the first time he like absolutely destroyed. Was it Toronto, Minnesota? Maybe Minnesota.
I don't remember.
And then this time they caught him. This time he was perfect. He was perfect through 3 innings. Yeah. Like these guys, his batting averages and all that crap, toast. Yeah. You can't tell me like, oh, this was bad. This could have really, but that's not.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah, and it cracks me up. Like so apparently Yankees, you can do no wrong. keep going, and essentially, I guess they're just gonna try and like see how far they can push the fucking line until
Oh, they're standing on
until
the other side going, I dare you. I dare
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, pretty much. And what really cracks me up is the fact that like everyone is so down on like the Astros and oh my god, the Astros, it should be stripped of the title and it's the worst thing to happen to MLB. I'm sorry. There are literal people who went to fucking prison for cheating, for like St. Louis Cardinals employees for stealing computers from the Astros in like what is that, 2014? Um there are literal people who died because of drugs supplied by MLB employees in the fucking clubhouse. The drugs were being sent to the motherfucking clubhouse. And you're going to sit there and tell me that banging on a trash can is the worst thing to happen to MLB? Come on now. Get the fuck out of here with that. No, I'm sorry. Like, if you want to have a conversation about all of that shit and then come talk to me about banging on a trash can, like, then we can have that conversation. But you cannot sit here and tell me that what the Astros did is worse than someone actually providing drugs that ended someone's life. Okay? Like you can't. You just can't. And when I bring that up to people, they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "This is what I'm talking about, y'all."
Yeah.
Like the fact that if you are not like deep in the annals of of like baseball, you will not know. Like the casual baseball fan does not know about this whole Angels clubhouse Tyler Skaggs situation. Okay, like they don't, and it just blows my mind that the casual fan is like, "Oh, the Astros are so bad, they cheated." But the
How do they
fucking
sound again? One more time.
that's all you heard me. But the Angels killing people, cool. That's cool. We love that. That's okay. We're all right with that. Like beating people, totally okay. We don't mind that. We don't mind that at all. Nope. That's because that's outside of the game. Fuck y'all with that. Like, stop it. Fucking stop it. But yeah, there's that. So, that we ended on a high note. We didn't end on a high note. We ended on a rant. That's what we ended on. So, but I mean, it is what it is. That's apparently what we have to live with as baseball fans. Yay! So I will leave you guys with this. Go download the Relevant app, RELEVNT. Tom and Rob are on there. Myself and my co-host Monica, we are on there. I think the next show for us, Monica and I, is Friday and Saturday. Tom and Rob had the show tonight. Always a good time. Go download that. Have fun interacting with us there. If you like this podcast, rate us 5 stars. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, subscribe. If you're a Spotify listener, put your listening ears on. Okay, I need like 12 more people to listen onto Spotify. Okay, because apparently I need to reach the 100 listener mark in order to like keep ads running or something. I don't know. But basically that $15 I have in my Spotify account, I would like to get to, I don't know, like $20 at some point in time. And I need the Spotify listeners to share this and get more Spotify listeners. So I would really appreciate that. Give me nice words in recommendations, all of that fun stuff. If you like baseball, if you don't mind sexual innuendos and expletives, share this with your friends. Tom is also super awesome for pinch hitting. He is on a PG-13 podcast called Astros Baseball.
Tell your kids about it.
Yes, the kids can listen to that one. Maybe not so much the relevant one, but the podcast
Yeah.
for sure. Hit Tom's Twitter at in the thing. And I think that's it. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Rate, review, subscribe, do all those fun things. We appreciate it. And with that, I'll say good night. Yay, baseball! I'm gonna hit the end broadcast now. Maybe. Now I am.